Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading for how to move on from them. And this is a love reading. I actually just had someone comment recently asking, do you have any readings on like how to get over somebody if you just know it's time and you want to just move on? And yeah, this is a really good question. I've covered this for a lot of people in personal readings. And I just thought I would straight up do this reading today. Now, what I have to say is that whatever's happening in your life, whatever you're going through, whatever your feelings are, always welcome that in. Because remember, resistance makes stronger, okay? So if you're having these strong feelings and you're trying to force yourself to get over someone or move on like overnight, it's gonna feel really rough. You don't want to force that. However, if you do know that somebody has like done you wrong, or they've cheated on you, or they've deceived you, or you like thought they were your twin flame and you're realizing they're probably not, or you have liked someone for a long time but they're not taking any action towards you and you just can tell it's unrequited love, or you just feel like it's not serving you and you're putting a lot of energy and thought into like wanting this person and missing them and needing them, and it's just like really tearing up your life and taking your focus, then perhaps if your heart is telling you, it is good to think about maybe putting your energy into other things so that you can kind of take a little mental break and allow yourself to heal. So it's all about balance. You know, you don't resist and focus on what's in front of you and like explore your emotions. But if you feel like you've been ruminating and it's causing you pain and you have this feeling in your heart and in your gut like I need to move on, remember it's a process. And this reading is going to explain some ways that you can kind of move past that energy. And I think it does have a lot to do with your thoughts and your mindset. But you want to be careful not to like spiritually bypass and like force yourself not to think about it, because remember, resistance makes stronger. So I find that focusing on things that you do like, putting your energy into your goals, creating fun for yourself, surrounding yourself with friends and spending more time on that does help. Funny enough, a good metaphor for this is it's kind of like your diet. I think I used to be a personal trainer and work in health and fitness. And in my own fitness journey and with some of my clients, I did learn that it does help when you are like eating super unhealthy to just start by adding more fruits and vegetables to your diet or drinking more water. Eventually, you're gonna have to quit drinking soda, and you're gonna have to, cut down the sweets and the sugars and the unhealthy foods and whatnot. But sometimes all of a sudden, if you just took all the things you're eating, all your habits out of your diet, you might backslide. You might go right back to it. It's easier to just start by adding healthier foods and vegetables in. Maybe starting with just a 5-minute walk around the block instead of all of a sudden going to like straight into weightlifting and working out at the gym 4 hours. You know what I mean? So it's a similar kind of concept, with your mind, to start adding more things to focus on, things you like, start doing a little bit of work towards your goals, and pretty soon you just get so caught up in your forward progress that becomes more important to you. You kind of learn to put yourself first again, and that is something that can help. Everyone's healing process is different, everyone's path is different. Only take what resonates from this message. This is your life, this is your path, this is your walk. If this resonates with you, this helps you, great. Leave some comments below. And if it doesn't, no worries. So let's go ahead and choose a crystal or a number to get your message about how to let this person go. Number 1 is the sandstone. Number 2 is the blue jasper. Number 3 is the raw quartz crystal. And number 4 is the yellow citrine. If you choose number 1, we're going to get started. And if you choose any of the other numbers or stones, head to the comments below where my lovely subscribers post the timestamps for me. I really appreciate you guys for helping me with that. So if you choose number 1, let's get started. How can you let go of this person? If you're feeling like you want to let go, how can you move forward? Okay, so this is talking about your routine at home, how you spend your time at home. Because maybe during the day you're busy or you're at work or whatever, you're occupied, but like then when you come home and you're like sitting on your bed or before you go to sleep or while you're washing the dishes or something, maybe that's the time that you are really thinking about this energy and it starts really taking over and it's making you really sad. So assuming that you've spent a lot of time doing that already and you want to change that and you want to move on, this is talking about focusing on yourself and your self-improvement. So something that you can do is perhaps when you're washing dishes or something, you can listen to uplifting music, put on something that makes you happy. You can invite a family member or a friend or something to come in and talk with you and keep you company while you're doing your chores or dishes. You can say affirmations. Maybe you can listen to uplifting podcasts about healing or my channel. So it's just talking about like your habits, your routine, creating things for you to do at home that are really fun. Maybe you can think about your future and maybe make a vision board. Maybe you can change your routine before you go to bed by saying gratitude. And you can even pray about the situation. Maybe you can allow a sacred space for yourself to be able to think about the situation so you're not like bypassing it by creating an outlet for it. So for instance, at nighttime, let's say you're always thinking about this right before you go to bed, so it makes you go to bed in a really bad, sad mood. You can get a journal out and you can write your feelings and you can say exactly how you feel and how sad you are and how upset you are and like you're ready to move on and all that. You can write whatever you want without judgment. And then after you release that energy, maybe you can write down some gratitude, or you can go and work on a Pinterest board for the goals you have in your life and the fun things you want to do, or plan somewhere you want to travel to or something like that, or think about what your hair and makeup look is going to be for the next day, or lay out your outfit, or you can do something with your hands like knitting or crocheting or building something like making a model airplane or whatever. And so I think for you, this is talking about creating an outlet for these emotions that's healthy and safe, that doesn't make you feel like it's consuming all of your time and keeping you from being productive or enjoying your time. So I think this is just about being smart about it and realizing like you are going to think about this person. It's going to be hard. And you're kind of training your mind and your emotions and your energy out of this focus into something else. And it needs to be gradual, and you still need to provide a place for yourself to be heard and to be listened to. So I feel like that's your message. I hope that resonates with you. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you later. Peace out. If you choose number 2, the blue jasper, let's get your message about how to move on from this person, from this energy. Okay, so the thing here is that you have expressed your love to this person and you've been waiting for a reconciliation with them and it just hasn't come. And this has been going on for a while. And so this is all you think about. And this is like mainly what your mind is on. And you just feel like if this doesn't happen, like you don't know what the point of life is, or you don't know like what you're even going to do with yourself. And so you're putting a lot of focus into this basically being your happiness. So without this, you're feeling unhappy and sad. And so you're stuck in this situation where you're really focusing on the lack. And that happens. This has happened to me. Not passing judgment here. This is like just where you're at, a lot of people go through this. Almost everybody goes through this in some way or another. And for you, it's happening in a love situation. And you might be at this point where you're on the edge thinking like, maybe this isn't gonna happen. And, or even if it is, like, I need to find a way to get my life together now so I'm not walking around sad, depressed, brooding over this all the time. So you've given yourself a lot of time to think about this, to focus on it, and you're thinking like, I wanna move on. So here's the message about lack. Like, you feel like you're here begging with this empty cup and it's never filled. So this is a message about filling your own cup. This is what's going to help you get over this or get through this or pass up this energy, is being able to focus on filling your own cup. And for you, it has something to do with like traveling or moving somewhere. Perhaps that's something you've already thought about. So you could spend time planning your move or planning where you want to travel or thinking about ideas and opportunities for adventure and for fun. This is saying like you need to create more adventure and more fun in your life and think of ways to do that. Because I think this person or this love situation, it's more about what this person represents to you than it is this person. And I'm sure that this person is, you know, kind and amazing and charming and interesting, and like you guys probably do have a vibe together, or maybe you even have a past together. But this is saying that the main thing is that they represent new beginnings. They represent change to you. They represent fun. They represent adventure. They represent excitement. They represent newness. So maybe that's what you're really longing for. Maybe that's what is kind of keeping you down right now, is feeling like this person is my only opportunity for that. And until they come, I can't be happy and I can't experience those feelings. So this is a message that's saying, find little ways to create fun, to create adventure, to create happiness, to create excitement, to create bliss in your life. It could be the littlest things. It could be just going to a park on the weekend, or going out into nature, or visiting a nearby town, or taking a little weekend trip with your friends or family or something. It could be something as little as exploring a new band to listen to, or new music to listen to, or changing up your look, or rearranging the furniture in your room or something. It's like you just want change, and maybe sometimes creating big changes overnight in your life can be rough, but you can start with the little changes. You can change little habits you have, or little routines, or just your environment, and start craving change and looking for change in little ways. Create the fun and the adventure for you. Go find a lake that has like a rope swing, or find a new place you've never gone to before, or try a new restaurant or something. Try a new look, change up your look, or get a haircut. Just like little things that are change and adventure is going to help you kind of get over this person. But remember, you're not going to get over them overnight. Maybe you can write some songs or poetry or paint, or write in a journal about how, like, what this meant to you, what you've learned from this, like your feelings. Sometimes you just need to get your feelings out and you can process it, and then you can move on. So if your desire really is to move on from this person, don't run from the energy, turn towards it by expressing it. And some of you guys might even want to talk to somebody professionally. There's absolutely no shame in that. Doesn't mean that you're crazy or anything. You can talk to a therapist. You can go to psychologytoday.com to find a licensed therapist in your area. Talking to somebody about your feelings, or just getting it out can help. Sometimes writing in a journal, making art, painting, writing songs can help. And so sometimes I feel like for you, you really need to talk about it more. You need to process it more, while also taking steps to fill your own cup and find little things that make you happy. So maybe write a list of things that you like to do and things that are fun, things that are small that you know you could do right now. This might even be talking about spending time around animals. Spending time around animals can really help you. And I do see this message about remembering Rome wasn't built in a day. This is a big issue, something that's been on your mind for a long time, waiting for this reconciliation. I feel like you do need to let go of waiting. You do need to open up to the fact that this might not be the path. Not letting your life and years go by just being begging for this cup to be filled and going out and filling the cup yourself, being the love of your own life, trusting everything is as it should be, you know, but also being real with yourself, processing your feelings in a healthy way. So fun and adventure, that seems to be how you can move through this energy. I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 3, the raw quartz crystal, how can you move on from this person? Like, you've decided it's time to move on. How can you move on from them? So here's the thing, is that you guys have had a connection and there was a lot of passion, and it's really difficult for you to like let that go. And I think you really long to perhaps be engaged, to be married or move in with someone or have just like a really committed relationship, and this person couldn't commit to you, and you really are missing that passion in your life. And so that's kind of why it's been hard. But you're starting to feel like, yeah, I need to let this person go. I want to. If you don't, then this is not the reading for you. This is for people who do really feel like, I need to let this go. So I do feel like this is a message about time, seasons. We see this message about seasons here and cycles. And so I think this is a card like that's saying you're going to be leaving difficult times behind. Your intuition is really speaking to you about it's time to move forward. It's time to leave this difficulty behind. And so this is just a natural cycle, you know. Maybe you're feeling kind of bad or guilty that you are hung up on this when you know that you want to move past it. And that's okay. Like, you're kind of in this in-between where like your heart is telling you, I just still have feelings, I want to make this work, and your head's telling you, doesn't look like it's going to be going that way. I should probably just move forward. So this is like the yes card. You hit the target saying, yeah, it might serve your highest good for you to let go of this. And this is saying the connection that you had with this person is infinite. Like, they came into your life for a reason. Love does go on forever. Even if you can't physically share that love, or you guys aren't going to come into a romantic union, doesn't mean you can't send love and light to this person. So if you feel like you've processed this enough, you can move forward to, when you're thinking about this person, instead of dwelling on the sadness and the separation and the heaviness and the density of these emotions, you can start, you know, allow yourself to do that. But then when you feel like you're finished, you can end your thoughts about them by sending love and light to them, by thanking the universe or thanking yourself for all that's already materialized in your life, everything that's happened, like feeling gratitude for where you're at, feeling gratitude that you have learned so much, because every connection you have with somebody comes with a lesson and a blessing. So maybe it's time for you to let go of everything except for the lessons and the love. And this is called shining light into the situation. Maybe doing a little bit of shadow work, which is asking yourself, what does this connection with this person remind me of? Was there anyone in my past or in my childhood that abandoned me or hurt me or cheated on me or deceived me or was less than loving to me or was neglectful or was absent from my life? For some of you guys, this situation can remind you of a relationship that you had with one of your primary caregivers. Sometimes we tend to recreate or end up in situations that are similar to some of our core wounds. So therapy, I talked about this in my last my last reading. Maybe you can go on psychologytoday.com to get a licensed professional therapist or counselor to talk through some of these issues. Definitely, this is saying have the strength to maybe realize there's some deeper wounds connected to some of this energy. And sometimes just realizing that is enough. Sometimes just realizing like, oh, this reminds me of what happened with my mom growing up, or this reminds me of what happened with my first girlfriend or my first boyfriend or whatever. This is similar. And so it does say like this is kind of a cycle. Maybe you always find yourself pining after people that don't want to be in a relationship with you. Maybe you get stuck in a lot of unrequited love situations. And so sometimes that's a mirror to what's going on inside of yourself, like needing to love yourself more, needing to self-care, needing to meet your needs more, needing to follow your dreams more. And so this could be talking about maybe it's a good idea for you now to have the strength to start making goals for yourself in your life, to make a bigger space in your life for your dreams, the things that you love, the things that you like to do. Sometimes in love, this takes over. The energy can take over, and it's all we think about, and we just kind of get stuck in autopilot on our life, and this is where our focus is. And life can pass us by, and then all of a sudden we realize, like, whoa, what's going on in my life? Where am I? What's going on? This isn't me. And sometimes we need to go pull back a little bit from this situation and let it resolve itself. Focus on us. You know, you are the number one love of your life. The relationship you have with yourself is the most important one. So simply by putting more work into the relationship you have with yourself, you'll get into alignment. You'll get more into alignment with the truth of who you are. And it's not about perfection. It's not about you got to be perfectly aligned, and if you're off, then you're screwed and you're manifesting all this bad crap. It's not about that. Some people in the spiritual community will like you to believe that. You get all obsessed about it. It's not about perfectionism. It's just about doing your best, waking up every day and just being like, how can I love myself today? Like, how can I meet my needs today? How can I just be in the moment today and just embrace my life today? You know, do your best. And once you're really walking in step with that and you're really feeling good on that path, you get into alignment. And when you're in alignment, you attract the people, the places, situations, etc. that are meant for you. And you become more of a magnet to that type of energy. So you will start to attract people who love you back. You will start to attract lasting love, or, you know, unconditional love, or love that is more of a mirror to how you love yourself. So this is talking about moving on from this person by working on unconditionally loving yourself. So, and you'll have the strength to do this, and it takes time. Remember, this takes time. If you're like still not over this person months from now, don't feel like I'm doing it wrong or whatever. Like, well, you might feel like that, and that's okay. But honestly, just whatever's presenting itself to you in your path and in your life right now, like, that is your teacher, that is your guide, that is your spiritual practice. So you can do this. Honestly, I see what this person meant to you, but I do see somebody else coming in for you, for everyone who came here. And I think that the shadow work will help, and exploring the past might help, and it could help you to find more clarity and peace in your present. So I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 4, the citrine crystal, how can you move on from this person? So you've decided that you want to move on, you want to move past this energy. This reading is for people who have definitely made their mind up. If you're on the fence, it might not resonate, but if you're just like, I need to let this go, this is kind of how you can do that, how you can move on from that. So I feel like for those of you guys who came to this one, there's been a lot of red flags about this person or about this relationship not being like the best thing, and it hasn't been able to come together, or it's had some bumps. And it's been hard though, because you feel safe with this person, they feel familiar to you. There's something about them that I feel like you recognize in this person that's the same in you. And so this person is kind of like a mirror to you. They do kind of feel very like a karmic person in your life. Perhaps for some of you guys a soulmate, but I feel like for a lot of you it's more karmic. And I feel this energy that you see in this person the best aspects of yourself, but you also see in them like the worst aspects of yourself. So you found somebody who's a really good mirror to you. And so there's a strong attraction there and a strong pull there. And it just hasn't come together. It hasn't stayed together. And I feel like, you know, this energy is moving past you. You know that there's something better for you out there. And there were these red flags. Yeah, there's somebody saying keep an open mind because there's another soulmate out there for you, someone you'll feel like more innocent with, someone that you'll feel like you'll really cherish, somebody who's you've been with in many lives or something like that. So I do see somebody else coming in. But I think this person had a lot to do with your spiritual awakening or with your healing process. They were meant to cross your path. It's all meant to be. This is saying like you're at this point where you're feeling kind of like you want to go in your cave or you want to retreat or you want to go within. The energy and the anxiety of this whole situation has just really exhausted you. And so you've been kind of in this cave phase working on like letting go of this energy. And you're in your head a lot. You're in your mind a lot about this. And so I said this in most of the readings, but if this is really hard on you, like don't be afraid to seek out professional help, like going to psychologytoday.com to find a licensed professional counselor or therapist in your area to speak to these types of things about. It can help, or speaking to a trusted friend or writing in your journal. But I feel like another message that's coming out for you is that very soon you will be feeling like you have come out on the other side of this. Like you're going to be that caterpillar that has shed its cocoon to become the butterfly, or you're the snake that's shed its skin. And this is a card saying like this metaphoric winter, the heaviness and the density, the sadness of this, letting go of this connection is going to lead you to a point where you really feel like spring is coming and you feel like there's a lot of opportunities and there you can kind of figure out like how you want to move forward and maybe even moving forward with another person. And so there is a bit of sadness around you regarding to this, but you're getting your strength through it. This is something that's meant to happen for your soul's growth. Like this is literally the start of your spiritual awakening, and this is you coming out on the other side, like with more clarity of who you are, with more knowledge about life and the cycles and yourself. And so maybe for you, just realizing that this is part of the cycle of life, like death and rebirth, maybe just realizing that coming to peace and accepting it will help. Because I think you might be in a situation, those of you guys who chose this one, you might be in a situation where you're trying to force yourself to get over this, or you're really trying to just pretend like it never happened. And this is saying like, it's just going to take some more time. So I feel like for you, the answer honestly is just to follow your natural process. Your heart will guide you through this. You can listen to some of the other messages if you want to see if any of the techniques that I gave will help. But I really feel like for you, your heart knows best. Your process is going to take you through this. Maybe you just needed to hear some encouragement that there's another plan for you in love. There's something else out there. There's other fish in the sea. This says keep an open mind. Your soulmate may be different from your usual type and expectations. So you expected that it was this person for so long, but it's actually this person over here. And you might just not have been acquainted with them yet. You might just not have moved forward or had the chance to take a step with this person over here. And so it's hard because your focus is over here on this person, but there's this person over here, and it's just natural progression of time and cycles to take you on this new path. So I feel like the hardest thing for you is to let go, to be able to open up to something new without knowing what it is. You ever heard of people who are like serial daters? They've always got someone lined up. They always got somebody on the shelf. They move from one relationship to the next. I'm not calling you out on that necessarily. I just feel like it's hard for you to let go of this person until you kind of know who the other person is. And so, try to make some space here for yourself to be on your own for a little bit. Embrace that single life, and don't worry about this person. They'll come probably when you least expect it. There's a reason that a lot of people do hop from relationship to relationship. It's because the fear of being alone, with your baggage, or the fear of just being alone. Like, I think that it's scary for a lot of people. I can understand it. And so resist the urge to line them up, I don't think you're one of those serial dater peoples. Maybe some of you guys here are. I'm just saying you're tending towards that in this situation where like you don't want to let go of this person and thinking about them and the concept of them or hanging out with them or whatever, because you're thinking you just don't know what's going to happen yet over here. But it is here. And you can trust that. You can have trust that if you let this go, there will be some space, your energy field will clear, and you'll attract somebody new into your life. Like, it's meant to be. Letting go of the fear of being alone will help you to let go of this person. So I hope that this resonates with you. I'm sending you so much love and light. You guys, these messages were deep. Oh my gosh, we went deep today. Wow, I feel like we learned a lot. I learned a lot from the messages the cards brought up. I hope that this resonates with you. I just want to state one more time as a disclaimer, if you're not ready to let go of somebody, then don't. You know, this is a reading once again for people who feel like they're ready and they want to know how. And, you know, if some of you guys in the comments or below are just like, doesn't resonate or I don't want to let them go, then power to you. This is, everyone's at a different point in their life and their relationships, and I don't want to pressure anyone to do something they don't want to do or they don't feel ready for. This is for the people who are ready. And at the end of the day, it's your process. At the end of the day, it's your, like what your heart is telling you to do. And I also don't want anyone to feel discouraged to contact anyone for help, because I think sometimes we can get so emotionally hung up on a person or a situation, and because it does mirror our past trauma. And I realized in my path, a lot of the issues I had in my love life were because of issues I had with my primary caregivers. And when I finally went to therapy and I spoke through that and I healed through that, like it healed my love life. And you'll still have breakups, you'll still have sadness, like it doesn't mean everything's better from then on, but don't ever be afraid to reach out for help, professional help, if that's something that you feel like you need. All right, I just felt like really guided to say that today, because I think there's at least one person out there who needs to hear that it's okay, that even Rainbow Harmony has reached out for professional help before. It's okay, you guys, all right? I want to thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you have any suggestions for any pick a card readings you want to see on my channel, then drop it below. And I do want to thank the person that recommended this reading. I thought it was a great idea, and I hope that it helps. I'll see you later. Peace out.